Okay, now let me.
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome, 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 everybody. Today we've got a whole panel on the line for you. I was really excited with Will last night, and we were talking about how can we finish off the series with an incredible bang. How can we actually share with you guys exactly what really happens when you master these techniques in rapport and understanding criteria. And it's pretty cool because I was actually booking appointments with a lot of people here. A majority of these people I've met online, so they've actually been generated, and then I've learned how to not just offer a product or service to them, but I'm going to teach based off real life examples. What I actually said to them, they're going to share their stories. We're going to do interviews with each person, and we're also going to break down exactly what really happened and occurred and kind of what they're doing in their business and what's going on with them. We'll also give you a way if you want to connect with them individually. They're all inside the Facebook group, so they'll find either put their Facebook fan page or a link or some sort if you do want to get to know them on a deeper level, okay? So first and foremost, so let me just give everybody a quick introduction here. So we've got Will. I don't know if it's everybody's organized in the same way, but we've got Will. Everybody knows Will. You've got me, Amir. We've got Sumit over here, and Sumit, his name is Amir because he's done some deep hypnotic experience where he actually stepped into what it's like to be me. So his name is now Amir on the panel, but his name is Sumit Harish. Excellent, amazing guy. He's got some real amazing skills when it comes to traffic and Facebook PPC. We've got Francisco over there. This guy is amazing. He's actually taken several of my courses offline and online. And he just got laid off from his engineering job, so he's going to talk a little bit about. Oh, I know, I just put it out on the table there. We'll definitely talk a little bit about Francisco and what he's doing now. We've got Trevor here. He's in the military, so give him a round of applause for that, for actually fighting for the U.S. here. And what also we're going to talk about here with Trevor is he actually took my NLP course. He bought it online. And immediately with the information he implemented, he's actually captivated a room, and he's got everybody paying full attention to him. So, and this is what we want you guys to have an experience of what it's like to communicate hypnotically. We also have Summer, who's named Friend, but it's really Summer Bragg because she is a great friend to everyone. She's actually come from the high ticket world, so she's been in the online marketing industry for quite some time. She's also an engineer. And she's making some really big things happen. She's working with a team of outsourced people. She's really building some things, and it's just amazing. So, okay, so with that being said, let's just get everybody engaged here in the Facebook group. If you're on the webinar and you're pumped, right? If you're on the webinar and you're pumped with what you're about to hear, say, I'm excited, right? Say it, guys. I'm excited because I'm excited. I don't know about you guys, but it was great because I just texted everybody today, sent out emails, Facebook messages, and boom, a panel of people available and ready for you. Okay, cool. Let's get some engagement here. We've got 37 people. We need at least 15 people commenting on the Facebook post. Right? Come on, make some noise. Get excited because today is really where it's at. Super excited, Trev. Me too.
Nice.
Cool. I think. All right, so I do want to backtrack what we've kind of covered a little bit yesterday. Will's going to supplement with a little bit of extra content, and then we'll jump right into the interviews. Sumit has to go in the next 20 minutes or so, so let's make sure we do his interview first. Rocky, you're totally excited. Lisa, I'm excited. I'm definitely excited. Cool. Woohoo! All right. So yesterday we talked about criteria. We outlined how important it is to actually go out there and utilize this information, the information of taking their exact language and using it to understand their values and speaking to what's important to them and helping them guide them through a decision-making process. The webinar before, we talked about rapport, the power of connecting unconsciously and consciously with a person, being able to build that relationship because the magic is inside the relationship. And you'll find out with these people on the panel exactly how we've actually grown beyond the product. Like, I want you guys to realize when you guys buy products from us, you don't just buy a product, right? You're actually buying into a network, right? You're buying into a team of people. You're buying into some coaching, some networking. You're buying into relationships that are going to help you succeed in your business. A lot of times people go ahead and try to build a business all by themselves. We're here to help you and support you. We've got different experts here. We've got different people with different skill sets, and we want to all come together and build something meaningful. So, Jerry, I'm excited. Sherry, I'm excited. LeVar said, I can see this obviously works because as I had to execute it today and see myself flowing a bit. Yeah, baby. Nice, man. Peter is excited about tonight's class. Awesome. Mike's like, I'm excited to experience tonight's session. Great energy. This is really exciting. I know. I'm really pumped. So, go ahead, Will. I'm just going to keep rambling. Go.
No, this is exciting. So just a couple of things in regards to values. We talked about values last time, and Amir just kind of touched on that. But we talked about the power of recognizing where somebody's coming from, listening to what's important to them, and then being able to feed back their values to them in a way that becomes hypnotically persuasive. And this is absolutely key in persuading people. So one of the things that I did over the last 24 hours is I was looking at some people, some online marketers who I really respect, and I was looking at the quality of their content, and I was asking myself, what is it that they're speaking to in terms of values? Are they speaking to family? Are they speaking to freedom? Are they speaking to people's finances, retirement? What does it happen to be? And as you do this, you're going to get a better feel for what is it that motivates people. But now, one of the things that Amir and I were talking about, and I just want to touch on this really briefly now, is we want to make sure that all of you have the ability to connect with us and really continue to refine your skills. I know that in my journey to learn hypnotic communication and to learn how to become radically, powerfully persuasive, it's been a journey that I've taken over a number of years. And it's not like you just learn everything in an instant. It requires that you get some good ideas, you take a quantum leap, you learn some more ideas, you take another quantum leap, and you make progress in that way. And because of that, one of the things that Amir and I have done is we've developed a program where you guys can really start to develop that expertise. And that's the program we've been talking about for the last 2 webinars. But if that's just outside of your price point and you still want to stay connected to us, we're going to have a monthly coaching program that we're rolling out today. And I think Amir is going to go ahead and talk about some of the details there in that program.
So we were looking at some of the surveys that we sent out, and we've actually engaged some people inside the group. And we started hearing, and guys, this is important because if you get what we're doing here, we're teaching you how to sell, and we're also showing you and demonstrating in the process. So through the action of buying, you're also learning how to be a better seller. Does that make sense? Understanding why you buy yourself, right? And understanding what makes other people buy and being open and receptive, right? We came up with ideas. Me and Will have been talking about these ideas for 5 months, right? Before we actually went ahead and tested it and before it came into a place where we can malleably use it, right? And so much planning went into it, so much thought. And then again, another perspective is you don't need to be attached to the way you want to sell things, right? You want to sit back and go, okay, let's find out what people actually need, and let's correct on the fly. Let's go ahead and pivot. Let's go ahead and tweak our content to what your desires are. I mean, honestly, these 5 people who are on this panel today, 4 people here on the panel today, was out of a thought of a last night conversation me and Will had. We knew we wanted to finish it with a bang, right? And we said, okay, this is going to be the biggest bang that you're going to get because you're going to get real experiences. You've been on webinars where people have taught. We've taught and taught and taught. Everything we taught you works. And in these experiences, you're going to really understand how it all works. So again, if you, through the interviews, through the surveys, we found out that people wanted to stay connected. They wanted our mentoring. The price point was a little bit high. We went ahead and tweaked it. So right now it's $199 for 3 webinars. But we're going to go ahead and say if you want to connect with us, right, for 4 webinars, I'm sorry. If you want to go ahead and connect with us and you can't afford that price point, we're going to start you off for a $1 trial for 7 days, and then it's going to be $97 a month, and we'll continue to mentor you. You'll have a team of people who are going to mentor your community, and it's going to be a tight-knit community. We don't want anybody in this community. These are the people who really want to succeed, people who really want mentoring, people who actually go do things, come back and say, this is working, this isn't, how do I improve? We're looking for people who want to build a 6- and 7-figure business. We're not looking for the person who wants to make just a little bit of money. We're looking for people who want to quit their jobs. Summer here is about to quit her job. Guys, isn't that incredible? She's about to quit her job because of this industry, right? Francisco just got laid off, and guess what? He can go ahead and build his business now because now he's got the freedom and the time to do it, and he's been working and he's been helping me out generously. Sumit, he actually went from New York being stuck at his parents' place. He flew out to California, and now he's living the life he wants to live. Right? Trevor, he's in the military, and as soon as he's out, and he's already making thousands of dollars a month marketing online. Guys, this can happen. This works for you, and we believe in you. And one of the best ways we can do that is by accessing us on a continual basis. It's not 1 or 2 webinars. It's not one training. It's having that feedback loop over and over again that's going to help you succeed. So this monthly program was brought up by you, right? By you who are watching this webinar series, and we want to create it for you. It's the solution that's cheap enough for you to help you get started. Again, the link to that, I'm going to go ahead and post inside the Facebook group. The link to that is
and Amir, while you're posting that, let me say 1 or 2 things here real quick.
Sure.
So I just want to distinguish. We've got 2 programs. We've got the upcoming webinar program that was selling for $497 as of last night. It's $597, and that's 3 installment payments. That has not changed, except that the price has gone up by $100. The other thing that we got is we got a lot of feedback from people saying, "Hey, Will, Amir, we'd really like to be able to have more contact with you guys. We want to improve our hypnotic selling, but we can't afford that." And so that's where we set up this separate program. So just to avoid confusion, we've got 2 things going on. We've got the $597 webinar series where we really master the art of hypnotic selling, and then we have an ongoing coaching program that starts with $1, and then you can try it out, make sure there's a good fit, make sure that you get more of us and the information that you're really looking for, and then it's an ongoing fee of $97 a month. And I think this is a great way to learn something, implement it, come back and refine it. So I think that Amir's got the link down below there, and we'd love to take things to the next level with you guys, really help you take your businesses where you want to go and help you develop the success and the power in your life that you've been looking to do as you're looking to recruit people or convert people over into your businesses. And with that, I think we need to transition so that we can get our first guy in and out so he doesn't miss his deadline here.
Yeah, absolutely. So Sumit, everybody welcome Sumit Harish here. He's actually been, just a little bit of a background story. I met him down in Orlando, Florida, and we were having a conversation right by a pool in the back of a mansion. Right, and we won't get into all those details, but we were just hanging out, and Sumit was just, we were conversing, and he was talking to me about how he was in China. He's got an incredible story. He's been doing venture capitalism. He had teams of hundreds of people. He was working with them. He was building companies from the ground up, and just hearing his background and his story, but he was a little stuck, right? There was a little bit of a clunkiness to the way he was doing his business. He got into online marketing. He kind of got the concepts, but he wasn't really good at actually working one-on-one and selling with people. And as a result, I've been able to sit down with Sumit. I went through some of the training information that I shared with you guys in the last 2 webinars and what we're about to share in the webinar series and our monthly upcoming webinar series as well. And Sumit just went from a total 360 in a couple months. He actually made enough money, right, to fly down to Costa Rica, invest in almost a $5,000 mastermind with me. We built his business from the ground up. We shot videos professionally edited, got websites put up in place. Now he's in California, right, now with his girlfriend, which he has been trying to actually get over there for the last couple of months. And now he's actually the traffic guy. He's the expert. He actually does all my traffic for me. I don't even know traffic. That just shows you guys if you actually know somebody who could do traffic for you, you don't need to do that, right? You're here because you want to be able to help people, right? And that's the assumption here, right? If not, then I'm not sure why you're here. But if you're here to help people and then help provide a solution, all you need to do is know the right people who can bring those people to you so you can solve the problem, so you can do more of what you love and you can have that problem solved. So Sumit gets me, right now, what did you say, 33% on one of my capture pages. It's pretty incredible to see that all happening. And it's just like, for me, it's like I don't even understand what happens, but the leads come in and they're just messaging me and they're like, Amir, I want to work with you, and where do I buy something? And I go, oh my God, Sumit's amazing. So I'm gonna let Sumit share a little bit of a story. We'll talk about what really was important, in our interaction, and we can ask him if you guys have questions too. Go ahead and post that inside the Facebook group. So questions for Sumit. I'm just gonna create a new post here, and then Sumit, go ahead, take it away, tell your story.
Definitely. Thank you. Thanks, Amir, for the introduction, man. So guys, basically, my name is Sumit Harish. I'm originally from New York. I was actually working out in China for about 5 years. Now, 5 years, out of the 5 years that I worked there, for 2 years, I was working with a venture capital firm, building a biotech company from about 70 people to around 700 people. So I knew what it took to work hard. I was looking at it from the inside out, how to build a business. It wasn't my money being invested into it. I was just the worker on the ground. But I learned a lot. And then I jumped into the next 3 years of my life trying to do it myself, because I just thought, hey, listen, I just built these big companies. We sold it for $77 million. Maybe now I can go do it myself. But the problem was, I realized in those 3 years, I've always tried to, and maybe you guys at home tried to do some kind of an idea, and the people around you never really gave you that, that feedback loop that we're trying to create here, right? And so the bottom line was, I never really had a good group of people to be around for long enough to get any idea off the ground. So then I came back to the United States of America in the beginning of 2013, really thought the online marketing game was sexy because I wanted a good business model, right? To me, as a business person, as a venture capitalist, the online business world is just a different business model, but then when you really dive into it, there could be millions and millions of models that you kind of dive into, right? So this is one business model that Amir and William are doing. And so what I saw was, I was still struggling because it was a new way of doing things, right? I struggled. I invested over a couple of $1,000s on many different offers out there. I didn't make a single dollar, but actually I made $25 between January and November. So that's totally not true, right? So $25 for for that many months didn't really buy me much in life, right? But I still had the heart because I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to go forward with this idea. Everybody around me was saying that I'm wasting my time sitting in front of a computer. I started to learn about Facebook traffic. I started to learn about funnel management. I had all of this knowledge, but still I wasn't making any money. So I'm like, something is wrong. So Amir was mentioning, I met Amir at one of our groups that we're a part of in one of our programs at a mansion, and I had a straight conversation with him for maybe about 30 minutes, right? I met him actually in Chicago a few months back for about 5 minutes, and I knew there was something there. Just luckily happened to bump into him in November, and that's when he was launching something that was going to help me get unstuck. Really what he was launching was the ability to think through your thoughts. I know some people get jumbled up in your thoughts and stuff and don't really know how to communicate effectively. And a lot of the online game is really communicating effectively what you have to offer, right? Through a webinar, through whatever. Through his program, I was able to get extreme clarity in what I was doing, to starting to get a structure for my business, starting to get a structure for what I had to learn and what I had to leave, right? Because we all are part of many different things. We all have shiny ball syndrome, and I'm sure you're part of 30 offers, and you're trying to make all 30 offers work. I had to take some losses. I cut out 20, 25 offers or whatever, and really stuck with the core that I knew after that conversation, after the training, and after really just being in touch with Amir. Like, he didn't really have like a group of people. We just had phone calls, and we had a Facebook group, and we just kind of kept in touch. I really felt like I found the group of people that were going to help me get to that next step. And as I continued to, be with Amir and join him, and we went down to Costa Rica, for me it was like a vacation. The mastermind to me was really just understanding how things happen behind the scene, how things actually work, him enabling me to understand the value that I was sitting on, right? I had all this Facebook training and all this other stuff, but I'm not doing anything with it. Today I sit in front of you, in front of my computer, and I've gotten over 5, 6 clients from Amir's network, right? It's really from the network that we're running with, from the people we're running with. So I'm not really trying to build just his business, but I'm building my business still, but he's helping me get that clarity to go do that. So this network doesn't only just cultivate just what we're doing here, it's going to cultivate what you want to do, what you've been wanting to do for a very long time. I sit here in front of you with over $5,000 in, just traffic sales. I'm just testing things out. I'm getting my new clients. They're getting some results. On some of Amir's stuff, we had conversion rates of up to 70% on some capture pages when we started out. Remember, guys, what I do is I usually design, I test, and I measure. And really, that's what you have to do with your life when you're trying to be an entrepreneur. You got to design your idea. You got to test the idea out. You got to measure if it works. It doesn't matter if you got a fancy website. It really matters if you have the systems and the people and the network. That's what's going to get you to the next step. So, and since I've been with Amir since November, as I said, I've grossed over $5,000 in sales, and I'm feeling excited now. Finally, once in my life.
Awesome. So real quick, Sumit, because I know you only got a few minutes here. Real quick, you said you had a conversation with me for about 30 minutes. Now, were we complete strangers before this? Because I want people to wrap their heads around this concept. Were we complete strangers before that experience?
Totally. I didn't really know much about him. I just knew I saw his face one time for 5 minutes.
Okay, 5 minutes. Okay. And then we had a conversation. Now, I want you to, if you can just go back into your mind, and for the people who are on the webinar right now or watching the replay, for the 5 people who, for the early people who signed up before midnight on Monday night, you're going to get access to Sumit's replay. You're also going to get access to Summer's replay. And then Trevor, I'm going to ask him for permission right now. Is it cool if I share our sales conversation with the people who actually go ahead and signed up, who signed up early? There's only a couple people. So that way they can learn marketing and sales?
Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
Perfect.
That's fine.
Okay, so you got them here. So you actually have a background. So you can hear what they say, and you can also listen to a recording. This I've never done before. Guys, you're getting the inside of what's happening. So, Sumit, real quick, what did we say? What did I say to you, or what did you hear, or how did you feel? Just kind of talk about those 30 minutes, and then what made you cross that line to go ahead and make that buying decision?
I mean, really, within those 30 minutes, what I realized was what I was doing entirely wrong, right? So he gave me that feedback. What he felt that helped him, that just made sense to me. You know, times when someone's talking to you that you feel like they're talking to you. He was able to understand where I was trying to go, and he was able to give me a pathway, not just a solution, but an actual pathway to really kind of go towards my success based upon his experience.
So real quick.
That's what we got in those 30 minutes.
Perfect. So you felt, right, I'm just going to answer this, you felt that through that conversation what has really happened was that I understood where you were at. Did you feel like no one else understood you? Is that how you were feeling?
You know, yeah, I just felt like everybody else would just try to sell me into what they're trying to do.
Okay, so everybody was just trying to sell you into what you were trying to do, but nobody was actually listening and actually feeding back exactly what you were saying back to you, which is criteria, last night's webinar, so that way you felt like I understood where you were at, and then you felt like I was actually solving a problem. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's totally correct.
Boom. Okay, so guys, last night's webinar, I told you, is advanced stuff. Me and Will covered it, right? Will did a great job. Will, do you have any questions for him? Anybody in the audience, if you have questions, go ahead and ask them. Guys, this is the golden nuggets.
Yeah, I think this is amazing. So now, and I don't know any of your background, Sumit, but I'm assuming that Amir wasn't trying to recruit you into some other deal. He wasn't doing anything else. All he was doing was really giving you a set of tools that was allowing you to unlock your own greatness inside of the business that you were already deciding to run. Is that right?
Yeah, that's totally correct, William. I mean, he literally was just speaking to me, and I was able to figure out the solutions on my own. It was just a matter of the method by which he spoke to me that enabled me to get that access and get that understanding through my brain, my own brain.
Yeah, that's right. And what was the critical moment? If you can put yourself right back into, and I know I can see that you got to go here quick. I see you giving the magic. At least it's not the other finger. You know what I'm saying? You're giving the magic finger, and you're telling me just a minute, and I want to hold you on for just one more minute. What was the key moment as you were talking to Amir that made you decide that you wanted to buy? And I got 2 more questions for you after that.
The key moment was just that he understood what I wanted to do. You know, like a lot of people don't understand what I want to do or what you want to do out there. It's just that understanding, like, oh, you get what I want to accomplish. Great. Oh, you
Right.
have a solution too. Amazing. Right.
That's awesome. And so I want to point out, it wasn't what he said. And so often when you go to another hypnotist training, somebody else will say, oh, well, these are the magic phrases that you got to say. And I think the difference between what Amir and I are teaching is it's not so much the word, saying some magic prefabricated phrase. It's listening to what the client has to say and then feeding it back to them. And their own language is the most hypnotic language that you can use. The exact phrasing, the exact language, connecting with these deep values. So that's awesome. Sumit, now one or two more questions. Yesterday we were talking about values, and one of the things I want to ask from everybody on the panel, we're doing this market research right now. We just want to know what's really motivating people in their businesses, because as we go out and market, we want to know what are the common patterns that are out there. So the question that I'd have for you is simply this, is in the context of your business, what is the most important thing to you right now?
Personally, for me, is to be able to get new clients, period. I mean, for me, I know I have the skill set to do what I have to do. It's just being able to communicate and explain that to a client or to a potential client, that I can get them to the next step, to effectively communicate what I have to offer. I think that's really the biggest problem, is I was never able to do exactly that.
What happened to my internet?
My computer just shut down.
Can you check to make sure the internet works?
Picking out a little.
Okay, leave it.
I mean, I'm just trying to I'm
Crap.
to be able to get money so I can get to the next step. So, just as everybody else on this panel or everybody else out there, we have expenses, and sometimes those expenses are roadblocks to our next step. And for me, the clients enable me to help them, so I'm doing what I want to do and then getting value back. So it's an equal value exchange at this moment for both my clients and myself.
Okay. So really what you're looking to do is you're looking to make a living and get the money that you need to get to a next step, and you really want to do what you want to do.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I think that's all I need from you, Amir. I don't know if you got anything else. You disappeared. Oh, there you are, buddy. I see you.
I'm back.
But anything else? Anything else you want to ask from Sumit? Sumit, we really want to just thank you for coming on and sharing your experience and also sharing your values. I don't know, for those of you who were on, if you caught those, but I made some quick notes. We can rehash those later on. But Amir, you have anything else?
Nope, that's all. I think, thank you, Sumit, for coming on. You can go ahead and take off now, and then you could join us a little bit later.
Definitely. And just one more thing, for anybody that wants to get in contact with me, my name is up now. It's not Amir Mahmoud anymore. It's Sumit Harish. Just go to facebook.com/Sumit Harish, and you can get in contact with me. We can talk about whatever you want to, my experience on building my business, how Amir had helped me, or if you want any traffic strategies and stuff, happy to help in any way I can. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it.
Sumit, would you go ahead and post in the Hypnotically Selling group just so that people can find you easily? Just post anything, post your own little blurb. Hey, this is how you contact me. That way, if somebody wants to shoot you a question or send you a friend request, it's super easy to do that. We want to make sure people know how to get a hold of you.
Oh, and there's one more thing. David asked, was it clarity or getting focused that got you unstuck?
Oh, it was really getting clarity. Clarity got me unstuck, because I was never really sure, should I do this first or that first, or do this and then that, and it just like, do this and this and this. That actually helps, is what Amir mentioned to me. And so I was like, okay, and it actually worked. So here we are, it worked. So it was just clarity.
Awesome.
For sure.
So thanks, Sumit. Go ahead, put a post there. Again, it's facebook.com/Sumit Harish. Message him, reach out to him. He's a great guy. He helps me do everything. So thanks, Sumit. Take care.
All right, guys, take care.
Cool. I don't know if anybody's got a time limit here. Trevor, do you have a time limit or anything, or do you want to I don't know. I didn't ask you, but I asked the other two here. I can't hear
Yeah,
you.
I don't have too much of a time limit. I'm available whenever you need me.
Okay, cool. You want to go now? Because you've unmuted yourself. Might as well, right?
Hey, Amir, let's
Yeah,
let's
might as
take
well.
out Samit's image there, if that's all right. There's
Yeah,
a way to get him out of here.
dismiss him. Okay, hold on. Okay, I don't know how to do that, but it'll
That's
eventually
all right. We won't worry
disappear.
about it.
All right, Trevor, how are you, man?
I am pretty good, Amir. I've had a long day today. Obviously, as you said before, I'm in the military, so my days typically start about 4:30 in the morning. So,
So I guess we'll get you out of the way next. Okay,
well,
so here's the thing. Trevor, I've actually met very recently. I think it was I was in Vegas. When was I in Vegas? Like last month? I don't even know. I just travel everywhere, right?
early February,
Early
if I remember right.
February. The week before I was in San Diego, so I flew to Vegas on the way to Houston. I was just like, yeah, might as well stop by. So Trevor, I met in Vegas. We were having a conversation, and really briefly, he expressed his interest in wanting to be able to speak more influentially, and it's great. He's got a superb story. Um, we had how long was our chat, Trevor? Was it? I think it was like 20 minutes, 15. It wasn't even that long. Met him once, 15, 20-minute conversation. Invested, right? Invested, about $2,000 to go ahead, get started right away with the training. And we're offering like 1/4 the price of that here on this webinar series, which is ridiculous, right?
Yeah, I look at this and I'm almost like, oh my God, if people understand where you're coming from, they know that they're just getting a steal by getting in with you with this. So,
I know Trevor's like, damn it, I should have waited for this. But he got started. He got invested. He took the training. He's gone through like 18 days of some content. He hasn't gone through all of them, but he's been through some. And then he went out there like a week later, right? A week later, just implementing some of the information, and he spoke in front of a group of people. And his sergeant, was it your sergeant or am I?
it was my sergeant major
Your
who,
sergeant major walked up to Trevor and said, Trevor, where did you learn to speak like that? Like, was it the books I gave you? And then he goes ahead and he starts to say, well, it's just, some techniques, right? And now I've got his sergeant major banging out my front door trying to get on the phone with me to go ahead and buy my stuff. So I just want you guys to get your head around this whole picture here. So Trevor, I'm going to let Trevor tell a story. Phenomenal. He's growing, blossoming, transforming. Go ahead, Trevor. Just take it away. Tell him your story.
All right, so just to kind of start off, obviously, no, my name's Trevor Greenwald. Not very many of you may have heard of me. A lot of what I deal with as far as marketing goes is I dealt mostly with eBay for the longest time, and I still do, just because that's like my bread and butter for the most part. And that's where I've made multiple thousands of dollars as far as online goes. Now, just kind of moving into where Amir was going. When I first met Amir, like I said, or like you said, it was early February. I was getting more and more interested. I knew that I wanted to move away from always having to kind of do the grind. I wanted to be able to connect with more customers, be able to grow relationships. And I knew that while I was decent at communicating, that I wanted to progress that further. So, and I honestly didn't even know that I wanted that until I actually met Amir. Like, I was slowly thinking about it, but he just kind of brought it to the forefront of my mind, where I was like, oh, that sounds amazing. That's what I want to do. So, anyways, I talked with Amir. It was actually another connection who got me talking to Amir in the first place. He connected me with him. Sat down, was talking with him. He's like, okay, well, we'll go ahead and set up an appointment next week. What works for you? So then we set up an appointment. I called him up. I said, hey, Amir, what's up? Just wanted to reconnect with you. Obviously, set the appointment. And excuse me. When I talked to him, it was awesome. That's just the plain and simple best way I could put it. He was like, oh, so what are you looking for? What's this going on? What sort of things are you looking for? He really wanted to connect with what he was saying and what he was doing. So when we talked, I was like, okay, I'm all in. But you know that at the event because we were both at an event, I just said, I want you to be aware that the event that we're at, I've pretty much maxed out my cards right now. So it'll take a few weeks before I can get everything back on track. But I maxed out everything. He's like, oh, it's cool. He's like, can you go ahead and put down a little bit today, and then we'll go and get you started. And we set up a plan. So it's essentially, like you said, working with people, listening to their needs, and then helping them through that process and getting them what they need. So, anyways, continuing on, I took Amir's lessons, and I was like, I really want to do speaking in front of people. I really want to take advantage of this stuff. So I emailed my sergeant major, knowing he was a public speaker, and he emailed me back. He said, "Hey, there's this group that I want you to come to with me tonight. I think you'll have a lot of fun. You'll learn a lot." So I went to this group, and what he essentially was showing was that it's called the Toastmasters group, but I won't go too far into detail. If you want information on it, just go ahead and message me after I get done. But anyways, he was one of the speakers there, like he was presenting a speech because it's a competition for the most part. And sorry. As he gave his speech, I was like, okay, this is really good. This is really good. I really, really got into what he was saying. And then they opened up the floor for what was considered table topics, which is basically you have to pick a card, and then right there you have to start speaking on whatever it is that's on your card. So pretty much had the first guy go up. I was the second one to go up. I pulled a card, read the topic. I was like, oh, I can knock this out of the park. And then I immediately went into a very passionate speech with what I was saying. Just everything was coming off the fly. But I was utilizing Amir's techniques, and what ended up happening was I actually won the competition for that night. And my first night in, several other people had been there for several weeks, hadn't even done anything. I was there my first night, and they were like, "Oh my God, I don't know how you did what you did, but that was amazing." So that ultimately kind of leads to where we are right now, where I was invited to, I'm going to be speaking in front, this is what my sergeant major requested of me. I'm going to actually be speaking before I get out of the military in just a few months. He requested that I speak in front of essentially 100 to 200 of our own soldiers. So I'm going to basically be in front of an audience, speaking and communicating, meeting their needs, and essentially motivating them to lift themselves up and produce the best of what they can do. So,
dude, give him a round of applause for that.
It's all kind of it's super exciting for me being able to speak now, as far as it's concerned.
So real quick, Trevor, before in the past, were you kind of afraid, or you just weren't unsure? Were you afraid of hesitating before? Was that one of the things, or did you always feel confident about that?
Oh, say that again. Sorry.
So before you actually started taking the training, were you already confident speaking, or were you kind of like not sure that people would even listen to you?
I was more unsure whether people would want to listen to me. That's one of the reasons why I stayed in the back, and I did basically background work. Like, I did things where I didn't necessarily have to talk person to person for a long time, just because I wasn't sure somebody would want to listen to me. And then once I opened up, and once I began to grow with it, it allowed me to essentially, I just kind of embrace it now, where I'm just going to go out, take action, do what I need to do to get it done, and there's literally no stopping me. I know that I can do whatever I want to do, and there's no troubles at all.
Awesome. So I'm going to backtrack here for a sec. So when we were having our conversation, we booked an appointment, and we're going to talk about some of those processes. Me and Will, we talk about why it's important to set the frame or set the context of a business interaction, because many times when you're doing business, and I know this because I've been there, right? When we first start trying to build a business, we just try to sell people on the spot or try to offer a solution right away, and not everybody's ready for that, right? So when I knew I had a possible solution for Trevor, I didn't try to sell him. I said, hey, let's set up a time, let's talk, let's find out if it's right for you. If it works, then we'll go ahead and set something up, but I have no idea what I'm going to sell you. I don't know what you need. See, and when you have that kind of approach, and also just taking another step here, what he said was, he goes, I don't have the money, but I want to get involved. See, Now, most people would be like, oh, well, you got to go, like, all kinds of sorts of stuff. And I was just like, Trev, hey, man, just put what you can and let's work out a solution, right? Because I'm here because I want to listen and provide for my customers. This is why when people submitted that survey, we went ahead and we created a program just out of scratch that we weren't even planning on doing, so that way we can meet your needs. We were just planning to do some webinars. We weren't planning to actually go ahead and offer another solution, but we listen, we pay attention, and we solve problems. And if you do that with your customers, I'm telling you, if you do that with your customers, you'll have more customers buying from you, being happy, and being on webinars with you, excited and learning and transforming, guys, right? And this is what it's all about. So again, if you haven't gotten started with our monthly program for $1, right, it is hypnoticallyselling.com/ that would be good. Monthly training. Okay, so make sure you're on that. Okay, so Trev, we've got a few more minutes here. So with you, so what? How did you? Let's really talk. We've got a couple questions for you. That's for sure. The first question by David Thompson. He's asking all these questions. Everybody else inside the webinar, this is your opportunity to ask a question. Ask one. Put something down. We want to encourage your feedback. So same question, was it clarity for you for what you really want, or was it focus to open it up, or was it just getting connected to your passion? Which one was it that gave you that breakthrough?
For me, it was the focus, because what it was I've been interested in styles of internet marketing and whatnot since I was like 16 years old. So I would buy a course here, I would buy a course there, buy a course there, and I would always absorb the information, but by the time I absorbed it, I would all of a sudden see the next course, go towards the next course, basically, as we all know, shiny ball syndrome. So while it took a long process for me, I essentially gathered a bunch of different skills up for myself, essentially, and I was basically utilizing eBay as a way to fund all that, because otherwise I would have been broke a long time ago. But anyways, it allowed me to gather skills, and then what happened for me was that it's kind of a tipping point where, or the best way I like to think of it is, you have this snowball where you're starting to roll it up a hill, you're rolling, and it gets bigger and bigger, so it gets a little bit harder, and then eventually you reach the top of the hill, and then as you push over, all of a sudden the snowball starts rolling down the hill, and you have to try and run just to keep up with it. So for me, that it's just basically being able to focus and laser target where I need to go, and then it's just chasing that snowball now. That snowball being the results that I want to produce. Now I'm just chasing after and making sure I match up.
Awesome, man. So having that focus was a big game changer for you, right? Would you say
Yes.
that, in having that focus, was I a significant factor, or some of the training, were those significant factors to creating that focus in your life, or was it something else?
For the communication process, it was definitely you. I will say that much 100%. I had, and essentially I'd say for most of it, technically, just because at that point, that was when I kind of had to sit down and I had a heart-to-heart with myself, and I was like, okay, what is it that you really want to do? Where is it that you really want to go? And I thought, what do I value most? My time and my freedom, just because me right now, that's kind of what I have a lack of, is my time and my freedom
Right.
of my 5 W's, who, what, when, where, and why. So that was ultimately what I value most right now, and that is what I'm working towards achieving. And that was where, going through the videos, I sat down, had a little heart-to-heart with myself. What do you need to do to get to where you want to go? So it was like I said, it was pretty much thanks to you.
Awesome, man. Congratulations. I'm really proud of you, man. And he literally like sends me a message like the next week. He's like, dude, look at what I've done. And I just want to share the story, and this can and will happen for you, right? And we're here to make it all work, right? Where else can you find? Look, guys, you're seeing a community. It's not just like one person or 2 people. It's pretty much everywhere. It's almost irresistibly successful when you get involved with what you do. So, Trev, I know Will's got some questions for you as well. So one of the things
Yeah.
here is, When you were sold, and did you feel like there was a pressure? Did you feel like you were forced into something, or did you feel like making that decision was getting closer to where you want to go?
I felt like making the decision was getting closer to where I want to go.
Okay.
Everything you were saying matched up. Internally, I was vibrating on the level that you were, and it matched up with where I wanted to go and where I needed to go. So I was like, okay, I'm all in. I don't know what I'm gonna do right now, but if you give me time, I'll get all in. Then that's when he said, okay.
See, guys, this is important, right? He said the words internally. It matched up. It just vibed with him, right? And what really happened there was I was matching his criteria, exactly what we taught last night on the webinar, right? We're teaching what works, right? And we're using these examples to show you that. So, Will, go ahead, fire off some questions.
Yeah, well, a couple of questions. You've already answered a few that I have on my mind. And for those of you who've been listening, have you already captured a number of Trevor's values? He's been speaking them. They've come out all over the place. I've got at least 3, and I probably missed 1 or 2. But let's go and ask him another couple questions. So, put yourself right back in the moment where you decided to buy, and just remember right then what it was that was going through your mind. What was the key factor in your deciding to buy? And I think you already answered this one way, but I want you to answer it again.
Okay. The key factor in deciding whether I wanted to buy or not was knowing that what Amir was offering and for the value that I was receiving, it was 100% worth it to cause forward momentum on my part. It was going to allow me to take the next step that I needed to take in order to progress and go places that I knew I wanted to go.
Yeah, fantastic. One more question here, and that is 1 or 2 anyway. Right now in your business, what are the things that are most important to you?
The things that are most important to me right now in my business is to make what I'm doing right now is I'm moving away from eBay and I'm moving on to teaching more people how they can make essentially their first their first $2,000 online, so that way they build the motivation for themselves in order to be able to grow. So my entire goal right now is to be able to inspire and be able to help those who are willing to, or who essentially want to invest in me. I know that I have the skills now. Now, what my ultimate goal is, I want to be able to pass those skills on to other people who may be in hard times, who may need that little extra $500 to get through the day, to get through the week, to get through the month. That's where ultimately my goal, where I see my aspirations are as far as my business is concerned.
And in terms of your business, if your business does everything for you that you really want it to do, what is it going to get for yourself? Or what are you
I'm
going
going
to
to get for myself is the ability to have the time freedom that I want, so I will be able to essentially dictate my own hours, dictate when I do what I want to do and how I do want to do, and I essentially don't want to live on anyone else's schedule anymore. I've done that for the past few years, but so that's ultimately what I ultimately want most out of it is the time freedom.
Okay, fantastic. And by the way, just a note, as he was describing his experience that he had with Amir, the values of time freedom and time, what he said exactly before was time and freedom came out, I think at least 2 times. So if you listen to people just as they're talking, sometimes you don't even have to ask questions. You just sit there and you're being with people. They're going to give you the keys to the kingdom, folks. They're literally giving you the keys to influencing them. And obviously, like we talked about yesterday, we want to influence people ethically. We want to help people. The reason that I got in the field that I'm in, I left, the thing I didn't tell you guys is that I left a very high-paying Fortune 50 company to go and do hypnosis. Why would I do that? I did it because my passion is to help people. My passion is to unlock doors for people. My passion is to really help people take the next step. And so if I was in a situation where I were evaluating whether or not I could help Trevor, one of the things I would be looking for is, can I help him fill his criteria or his value of time and freedom? Can I help him really dictate his own time so that he's not on somebody else's clock? And if I can do that, and I can legitimately do that, boy, Trevor, I bet you're going to be super excited if I could help you do that. Is that right?
Oh yeah, I know 100% that I definitely would.
Yeah, that's right. So anyway, so I'm going to write these down just so you guys can practice listening for them and so you can practice hearing them. But Trevor, I just wanted to say, awesome story, and you've come a long way, and obviously Amir's been an awesome coach for you. And the value that we have in this program, in both programs, the program over here for 597, literally, guys, it's 597 that can change the rest of your life, because this doesn't just unlock some door and some opportunity that I'm selling, because I'm not selling you an opportunity. What I'm selling you is really your ability to do what you want and create the kind of results that you want in the business that you're already in, or if you decide in another business. And that's really what I'm here to do. That's what Amir's here to do. We're to help you get what you already want. And whether that's time and freedom, whether that's more time with your family, whether that's more conversions or more income, that's our goal too. So give us the feedback that we need to be able to help you out, and that's what we're going to deliver. Now, in the other program, in the ongoing coaching program, if you don't have the 597, starting off with $1 to literally learn skills that I've paid. I mean, Amir, I'd be curious what you've paid over your career, but I was tracking my education expenses for hypnosis over the last 5 years. I think I've spent almost $170,000 on different training programs, and you can literally have this opportunity for like $1. It blows my mind. I don't even know why I'm doing it.
I talked Will into it. I just used some hypnosis. I said, "They need it," and he's like, "Okay."
Just don't mention the word blue. If you say the word blue, I don't know, I start like playing a fiddle or something like that, you know, breakdancing like Michael Jackson. Yeah.
Guys, this can and will work for you. You know, just we believe in you and we know it can work. All you have to do is just take that first step, leap in. It's $1. Get started. Again, it's hypnoticallyselling.com/monthly training. Get involved, and you can be one of these people up on this panel having your life change, sharing your story, sharing how you have those skill sets, and talking about how it's changing your life. So I think I'm going to backtrack to what Will said here really quickly. He said, if you help people get what they already want. This is key, guys. Already. You're not creating a want of something that they don't want, right? You're not selling beef to a vegetarian, right? You're giving them what they want. Help people get what they already want. And I'll say this, you'll always make a sale. Because what you're doing is you're allowing them to realize, right, that the solution that they're looking for is right here, right? I know my screen refreshed real quick. Did I lag out a bit, or am I good? Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. my screen just the internet has been in and out lately. So help people get what they already want. You'll always make a sale. So any other questions for Trevor? I don't see any more. Cool. Will's gonna put those values on there. Anything else you want to share, Trevor? How to reach out to you, connect with you, anything like that?
Yeah, I posted a message in the Facebook group, just letting people who are on the line know that if they want to connect to me, they can reach out to me. If they haven't had success at all in any online adventure of any sort, I know that eBay is definitely a good starting point. So if they have any questions about that, they can go ahead and connect with me right there. I'm pretty much going to be always available via Facebook as much as I can. I know for the most part, but by nights. But anyways, I'll just share more information when I have people who connect with me. So.
Cool. So if you guys need more help, there you go. Can you see how we're also helping people help grow their businesses, and we're all working together? Grasp that concept, guys. It's called teamwork. We can always create more together than we can when we're apart, okay? So thanks, Trevor, for coming out here. I really appreciate it. You can stay on and hang out, of course. So we're going to just move on to the next person here. Who did I say was going to go next? I forgot. Who wanted to go next? They're pointing at each other. All right, fine. I don't know who's where because on a
I'll go
different.
next. I'll go next.
Okay. Summer will go next. So, Summer, welcome.
Can you hear me? Okay.
So here, welcome everyone, Summer. She actually brings the summer with her, so it's gonna get warmer as the night goes on. So woohoo, right? So essentially here, Summer, I actually met on a yacht down off the coast in Mexico, right off Cabo, Mexico, and we were on a yacht, and I think we met dancing. Talk about the ways to meet people, right? I think she was asking me over and over again, like, Amir, like, what do you do? And I was like, I help people. And I just didn't, it wasn't, I had a few drinks and I was just having some fun, right? So here I am dancing, and it was great because the yacht was like hitting some waves. So it was like moving like this. And we were dancing. So we would actually run to the other side when it was like this, and then run down the other way when it was like that. And it was great. Anyway, point is, we were dancing, we were having a lot of fun. I connected with her. I got her number right before I left, and then I said, hey, let's chat sometime. I think we jumped on the phone for maybe about 20, 30 minutes. I was trying to figure out where she was at in her business, if there was something we can do together. And then through that conversation, we found out that she wanted to be able to speak better. She wanted to be able to become more and more influential. She's very dangerous now. I've actually listened to her close somebody for $26,000 right over the phone. And that scared me because I was like, oh my God, she's really good, right? Because you don't look at her and say, oh my God, she's a crazy good closer. And that's because she's taken what we've taught with, inside my trainings and inside what me and Will are about to teach you on these monthly webinar series and on our 597 package where you can have your life change. Again, that 597 package, by the way, it's going up at 9 o'clock, okay, Eastern. So make sure you go ahead, right, and grab that if you're going to grab that webinar series. And then at the very least, go ahead, walk away with $1 and invest in yourself. Invest, because I know you're on these webinar series, you're learning so much. So Summer had this complete transformation from being afraid to talk to people and being very secluded at work to being able to go, you know what, I'm quitting job, I'm traveling, I'm doing what I want to do, I'm going to be able to be the significant impacting person in my life. She's already gotten people to go ahead and join her in her businesses. And before she was struggling. I don't know for how long. Maybe she could share a little bit about how long it's been. But having that ability to communicate has been a big game changer for her. We'll also talk about what happened in the sales process and so forth. So Summer, go ahead, take it away.
Okay, so yeah, so like Amir was saying, I met him on a yacht at a really exclusive event. And I remember as we were leaving that event, like he said, he grabbed my number like right before we parted. And I knew that I wanted to get his number too because I was like, I need to keep up with this guy. Like I had the intention leaving that event. I was like, he had mentioned that he was a coach, and I was like, he was, leaving the details out about exactly what it was that he did. But I was like, I know I want to work with this guy. And then plus two, we'd hung out, we were friends at that point, and so I just wanted to stay in touch with him. But I knew at some point I wanted to work with him. And at that point in my business, I think I was just investing crazy amounts of money into traffic that wasn't converting into all kinds of crazy stuff. And so whenever he gets on the phone with me, he was just, chatting with me. So by the way, guys, whenever he was selling me in like that first conversation, when he was finding out about me and my business, I didn't feel, I just felt like I was talking to my friend, kind of thing. It was just like, he just wants to know more about me. Like, this is friendly. Like, I was asking about him. He was asking about me. Like, it was no pressure. It was nothing, coercive about it. It was just really relaxed, and I really enjoyed the conversation. So later on, I wanted to stay in touch with him. So so that's just continuing to build the relationship. So I got on the phone with him, and then, so I bought that product from him, and then I've been working with him ever since. And the communication skills, I mean, it really changes your life. I mean, it's changed my business completely, but also at work, like I'm able to command more respect from others around me. I'm able to get people to say yes to my ideas and to say yes to, to listen to me and to what I have to say. So that's something that's really important to me. And, so I'm able to achieve that now in my life. So even just outside the business realm, I mean, this stuff, it really changes your entire life. And so, like you said, now I'm ready to quit my job. I'm about to move. I'm about to make some big changes in my life, and I'm so excited. So, um, anyway, working with Amir and then also Will, like it just means results for you. Like basically, whatever results you want, you can get it with what they teach. So just I'm gonna put in like major plug for them that even like the product I bought from him was way underpriced. I felt I was like, wow, he completely over delivered. It was worth at least probably 10 times what I paid for it, with the results, the changes that's made in my life. So anyway, so these programs, guys, like it's going to change your life, like in the best possible sense. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Was there more, did I leave any part of it?
Well, tell them what you're doing now. You're actually going ahead and you're going to quit your job. Tell them that story. It's so inspirational. Go for it.
Okay, so yeah, so now like through Amir's training, I now have my own like red hot like core group of people that love me, and I talk to them like on a weekly basis. I help coach them. I'm helping them get results. I'm getting ready to quit my job, move out to Texas. I plan to be speaking on stages, closing more sales, and now guys, like I have the skills, but I'm excited to be like doing that full time, focusing on it so I can really refine it. I'm excited about that. So yeah, I'm gonna be moving to Texas, like closing sales, building my business, building more relationships, helping more people. So I'm excited.
Give her a round of applause, everyone. I think that's just super awesome. Because a lot of people say like, oh well, they think about quitting their job, and me and Summer have had several chats about it, and now she's at a position where she's actually ready to let that go, to walk out of it and to be free and be able to understand that she can get the results that she's dreaming of, and now it's a reality. So if you're at your job right now and you hate it and you want out, I mean, there's no better testimonial proof than the girl that's right here on this webinar who's saying, look, it's easy. All you have to do is learn how to communicate. And when you talk to people, it's almost like a friendly chat. And then through that friendly conversation, you're just like, hey, well, do you want to have more results? And the person says, sure. And then they go, well, this is how you get it. And it costs this much. And they go, great, here's the money. And that's it. It's really that easy, right? And you can do this, and you can do this every day, and you can help more people around you succeed. And that's why you're in business. It shouldn't be a struggle. It's not a grind. If it's a grind, you're doing it wrong. You're not getting the right mentorship. You're not getting the right leadership. You don't have the right skills. All of these skills are teachable. We can teach you them step by step. We can talk about the appointment process that me and Will put together. We make 6 figures a year in our office doing that, right? A lot of people don't even understand the appointment process, and you're going ahead and trying to sell to people and it's not working. Well, of course, because you're not even having the right frames up front. Now, I've actually refined the process. I was on the phone with Francisco. He does a lot of my management in Infusionsoft. I've got Sumit, who does my traffic. Summer manages a lot of my outsourced team. We've got people who are working with each other. We're building each other's businesses. We're helping each other grow. And it's really cool because we've actually taken my process and we've actually built out a complete funnel online. And maybe I can offer this as a bonus somehow. Maybe, you know what? I'll do this. How's this? I want to just be awesome. How's that? This is just awesome. So what we're going to do right now is for everyone who goes ahead and actually puts down for that $1 trial, right? I'm actually going to shoot a bonus video that's going to outline my entire online funnel that goes from beginning to end, and I'm going to show you how I build a relationship with a customer and all the filtering steps that happen up until the point when I get on the phone so I can close in maybe 10 minutes or less, right? I can close tens of thousands of dollars worth of programs in 10 minutes or less. If you want to see me do that, right? If you want to see that whole process, what I'm actually doing online, that's probably not really taught. I mean, it's kind of taught, but nobody's actually done it like I have. And I'm going to show you all the steps in how and what makes that work. If you want to, you'll have to sign up by midnight tonight for that $1 trial. So go ahead. Again, it is hypnoticallyselling.com/monthly training. go ahead and get started. It's $1, right? We've already got lots of people who already signed up. Congratulations. I think we have a good majority of people who have already signed up on this webinar. So if you've left behind, we don't want to leave you behind. We want to keep giving you webinars. We want to keep helping you succeed. Go ahead and get started with that. So that's your bonus. So make sure you get it because I'm going to outline stuff that I don't teach anyone, right? And what makes me a lot of money. So with that being said, a few questions for Summer. So first question here is, when I booked that appointment with you, like, how did you feel when I said, hey, let's catch up sometime? And did that feel normal? Did that feel natural? Or did it feel like salesy?
No, it felt normal and natural. Like I wanted to do it, you know. Like
Cool.
I said, I mean, I felt like we were friends, and I was looking forward to the conversation.
Awesome. So I got on the phone with her. I told her about the program, and this is what her initial response was. She's like, I'm investing like $5,000 or $10,000 in traffic, and I'm not sure I have the money for this. And I was just like, okay, no problem. And she goes, she's like, do you have a payment plan or something? I said, how about this? We'll get you started. We'll put a couple $100 down. You go through the concept. If you don't like it, I'll give you your money back. No problem. Right? So she invests a couple $100, right? She goes through the training, right? And this is great because like a week later, she calls me up. She's like, Amir, I have the rest of the money for you. This stuff is awesome. She canceled her traffic packages. I'm not saying that you should do that, right? But she went ahead and she like dove right in. And within like a couple, 1 month, 2 months, we started doing some practice sessions. She's already got coaching clients. She's actually had her first stop smoking coaching client. She was going to get on the phone and do a consult with them. And she's already in the game. She's learning what it's like to have these skills. She's already applying it to helping people change. She's already building her business. Guys, you can do this. So Summer, another question here is, what did I say on the phone with you, or how did you feel as you were going through that phone call with me? What was important to you in that moment when you said that you'd like to try it out? What was important to you about going ahead and going through with that decision?
So you're asking like basically at what point, like what was I feeling whenever I made the decision to buy, basically?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember very clearly the picture that you painted in my mind, because like this moment in my business, right? Like he said, I'm like, I have all this money I'm putting into traffic. It's not working, right? So I'm just throwing more money at it. And he's like, Summer, you don't have to spend money to make money. You can just learn the skills to be able to just walk up to somebody on the street and just sell to them. And I was like, no way. You're kidding me. No way. So I still actually have that picture really, like I remember that picture really clearly in my mind. And so at that moment, it was like gold to me. I was like, oh, wow, like if I can do that, like, so, and now I can. That's the coolest part. So
Congratulations, everybody. Give her a round of applause. See, and this is where it starts with, right? It starts with that intention. It starts with that decision. It starts with maybe some of you investing $1 tonight to getting what you want, right? And it's easy and it can happen for you. So, Will, do you have any other questions for her? You want to do some values and criteria?
Yeah, I just want to let's just do values and criteria. And I'm going to have to peel out of here in about 10 minutes just because actually I have another client coming in.
Cool.
So, Summer, I do want to know if you think about your business right now, what is it that's important to you in the context of your business today?
what's important to me as far as growing it, or what's important to me
I'm going to leave it real broad. What's important to you about your business?
the freedom that it gives me. Yeah, and the happiness that it gives me.
Okay. So freedom and happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anything else?
I really enjoy like working with people as opposed to working alone at a desk or in like an office cubicle type setting.
Yeah, now I want to point out that over and over again, as Summer was telling her story, she used words like build a relationship and develop relationships. She used phrases like that, I don't know, probably 40 times or something like that as she was describing what she does. So freedom, happiness, relationships. And ultimately, what Amir did was he allowed you to get what you already wanted in the context of the business that you were already building, and then even new opportunities opened up for you because of the stuff that he taught you. Is that right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I don't know whoever you are on the conference call. I don't know what's really driving you, but if you're looking for freedom, if you're looking for happiness, if you're looking for relationships, deep and meaningful relationships, this material can change your life. And it's just powerful. And for $1, I mean, I'm almost going to sign up, and I'm going to be teaching the course. I mean, I'm joking, but you know, I'm like, that's a steal. I need to get out of it. What is that? He was talking about the bonuses, and I'm like, I got to sign up so I get his bonus. You know, what's going on here? So this is
Congratulations to all the
great
people
material.
who are signing up. I'm getting
Yeah.
notifications, so I'm seeing sign up after sign up after sign up after sign up. So we may need to upgrade probably the webinar room because we're having so many signups here. But go ahead, if you haven't signed up, go ahead. It's hypnoticallyselling.com/monthly training. It's $1. Get invested, right? And start watching yourself grow and develop as a person. We're going to make these webinars very specific to your needs, right? We can walk in with an agenda, but we're also open to what you actually want to learn. We'll give you practice drills. We'll allow you to implement the information, and we'll allow you to get results. And if there's one thing that each and every one of you here is, you can have more with your life. You can be more. You know that because that's why you're on this webinar, so you can get better, so you can get better at communicating, so you can get better results. Again, hypnoticallyselling.com/monthly training. So, Karen, I know that you're having an issue signing up. We'll talk about that after the webinar. So awesome. Go ahead. Any other questions for Summer? Anybody inside the group? We've got David Thompson's got a question. Same question. Was it clarity on what you want, focus, or was it getting connected with your passion? What gave you the courage to move forward?
Really is all three.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's the answer you wanted.
No, that's
but it's
awesome.
all three.
It's your answer. All three. So David, I think, and I'm going to add a little bit here, is when you have clarity, a focus that comes about it starts to happen. I think I actually have spent months thinking about ideas, and think about me and Will. It's not that we weren't action takers when we came up with this idea. We were coming with clarity. Once the clarity came and we had an action plan, focus came into place. Results started to happen. Hundreds of people on a webinar. Things happen very fast, very quickly, very easily, right? Sometimes it starts with that clarity, and passion drives you through all the bullshit, right? I mean, Summer here has a passion for horses, if you haven't known, right? And now, tell us about what you're going to be able to do now because you're leaving your job, which is the whole intention behind why you even got into this whole thing.
Yeah, so I got my horse like a year and a half ago, something like that. She's my first horse in my whole life. I always wanted to have a horse from the time I was a little girl. So I finally got my horse. I had, my engineering job, back before I got into the online space. And for the first like 4 or 5 months that I had her, I saw her every single day. Like I did not miss a day. There was not a day that went by that I didn't see her. And then I started my business because I was like, I need more time and money so I can spend with my horse. So I was like, I need to have a business. I need to have a way to generate income outside my engineering job to allow me to do that. So that's what introduced me to the online space. And then, through that though, that was taking up a lot of my time too. But like now that I'm moving to Texas, I'm able to quit my job. I'm going to be able to see her every day again. So I'm going to be able to reconnect with my passion and do what it is that I love every day. So like that's the most exciting part. It's like having your dreams like come true. So
isn't that awesome, guys? I think that's the coolest thing. I actually drove on my way down to Houston. It was pretty cool. All my students are all around the world. I've got even students down in Australia, New Zealand, Scotland, and it's cool because I did my road trip from Jersey and I stopped by several areas. And one of the places I stopped by was in Georgia, and she let me ride her horse, and I was just like, oh my God. This is so cool. I want to have a horse. Like I'm from the Northeast. Who even knows they have a horse? She's got pictures of horses all around her house. She's got saddles, and it's just an amazing experience to be able to. The reason why she got involved was for that. What is your passion? And now what she's going to do, and share a little bit about what else you're going to do now that you've got broken free from you have to drive traffic and build some business. Once you've gotten out of that, right? Where are you at now? Like what is your visions going, and where are you going now?
Well, now I came up with my first business idea in the horse world. So like my first business idea built around what it is that I love talking about, what it is that I love doing is basically connecting buyers and sellers of horses and then earning a commission off of that. But helping people who are buying horses to find the right horse for them. A lot of times in the horse industry, it can be hard to find the right horse for you because every horse is an individual, every person is an individual, and so just finding motivated sellers and connecting them with buyers. And so to help the sellers generate leads and they're trying to sell their horse, I can help them out. So just kind of being the connector there for people buying and selling horses. And then I'm also just excited to take the skills that I know now, networking, building relationships with people, and then getting into the horse community. And I'm excited to just find out what kind of problems they have and how I can help solve them. So I'm excited to even, find out other ways that I can serve in that type of industry. So yeah.
Awesome.
Whenever I move to Texas, I plan on networking around for sure.
Awesome. Congratulations. And now she feels like she has this ability to connect with people. So it doesn't matter if she generates the leads online, offline. It doesn't matter where it's at. If the person's right and the needs and wants and desires are there, she could solve that problem, make money. How powerful is that, everyone? That's really what it's about. So thanks, Summer. I really appreciate any questions for Summer, Will? Any other questions? I'm answering the responses.
No, I have no more. I have no more questions, and I've got about 5 more minutes before I got to buzz out of here. I have a coaching client that's coming in, but I do want to say, Amir, we have a couple of questions about the difference between the $4.97 program and the $1 program. There's also a question about people who bought the $4.97 product if they get the bonuses, and I'll let you answer that since it's your bonus.
Cool.
And I'm online here chatting with somebody else. So if I look like I'm distracted, I am. I'm talking to somebody who's got a couple of questions about the programs, and I want to make sure that
Perfect.
they get their questions.
I see him here. So first thing is Virginia, the question about the $497 training and the bonus. No, this bonus is only for the people who are actually signing up for the monthly training. The difference, let me make a clear difference here. The $497 training that you do once a week, right? We're doing that for 4 weeks in a row. It's going to have a specific criteria. We're going to talk about from the beginning of how to build that relationship initially, how to set the appointment, what to do over the phone, how to get them to buy, and then continue buying. That's the criteria. It's a crash course in a month. It just gives you exactly what you need in order to build a business and sell. This is just the bare minimum, right? Otherwise, you'd have to spend over $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, buy exclusive trainings, go through 18, 20 days of content, and then figure out what you need and then apply it in your business, right? So what we're doing is we're just taking the core elements, the core essentials, and bringing you a crash course, and that's what the $497 product is. As far as the $97 per month product, which is with a $1 trial, that's there.
Amir, I want to clarify.
Sure.
Amir, I want to clarify that it's a $597 product.
It's $597 now.
$697 as of 9 o'clock tonight.
That is correct, right? So $697. I'm talking to the people who've already bought it for $497 because those are our extreme action takers.
Sure.
So for those who are buying it for right now, it is $597 until 7 more minutes. After that, it goes up $100. So go ahead and grab that. I'll also share the link for that. It is hypnoticallyselling.com/webinar series. So I'll just put that there. So where did Francisco go? Oh, you're there. And then the other thing here is the difference between the two products. The one that's $97 a month with a $1 trial that you're signing up with, and you're getting the fast action bonus, so you can see my whole funnel. For those of you who are already, congratulations to those of you already signed up. But what's different about that program is that is for a long-term, once-a-month relationship where we can go ahead and bring value into your life over the course of the next couple months, over the next year, to help you grow as a person. This is your place where you can bring your questions to the table. We will have a criteria on each webinar, but this is more for a longer-term learning process, and this is how you get to keep up with us on our webinars. This also is what puts food on our table for me and Will, so make sure that you get involved so that way we can keep doing these webinars and keep giving value, and it's not a sacrifice to our time. Does that make sense, everyone? We want to make sure that everybody gets a win-win out of here. So that $97 a month is different because the agenda for that is going to be based off what you bring to the table and how we can help you. Think of that more of a mentoring coaching relationship where we're actually coaching you, and you bring in examples or bring different people out, just like this on this webinar. We'll bring different people out, ask questions, do practice drills. It's very involved, okay? So again, the $597 product is a crash course on everything that me and Will have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in training so you can get started in your business right away. And then the $97 per month with the $1 trial, that's there for you to build a long-term relationship with us so we can keep coaching you as long as you need in the future. So if you've bought the $597 or the $497 product when it was $497 and you want to buy the $97 per month product, you can go ahead and do so. That's almost like, of course, a no-brainer for you. So you can keep asking us questions and we can keep giving you feedback in the future and watching you grow and build your business and possibly even do webinars together and help you grow your business and be a testimonial and help you grow as a person. So again, that's the difference. Anybody have any questions on that? Go ahead, post it in the group. I see a couple people have trouble with the monthly training page. I got it up here. There's me smiling. hypnoticallyselling.com/monthly training. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the button. Looks like it works.
Hey Amir, I'm gonna sign off, but I just wanted to say goodbye to everyone and say that I've really enjoyed working with everybody tonight. And Francisco, I didn't get a chance to meet you, but I'm sure we'll have a chance to talk offline. And I leave you in Amir's very, very capable hands, and I'm super excited about this. Amir, we still have a few questions about differences between the two programs, so maybe one more time before you wrap up tonight, you can really delineate what we're giving in one program and what we're giving in the other one. I am super excited for anybody else that signs up tonight for the $1 program, right? Sign up for $1 program, get to know us. I have an audio called How to Hypnotize Your Audience that I taught to a large group that paid me hundreds of dollars for the content. It's a little short 10-minute audio. It's, if I may say so myself, it's pure genius. It really is. Evil genius. So if you want that bonus, make sure you sign up tonight. And I think Amir already has that bonus, so he'll be able to send it out to you if you come on in. So Anyway, guys, have a good night. I'm signing off.
All right, take care, Will. Thanks for being on here with us. So just finishing this up here. Don't close out the entire webinar, Will. I've had people do that. Okay, good. So Summer, any more questions for Summer? I don't think there's any more. Okay, cool. And then let's go ahead and bring out Francisco. Now, Francisco, here's a quick, nice little story about Francisco before we go ahead.
Amir.
You're here. I think one of the coolest things about Francisco was I met him about, I think how long? About what, like 2 years ago?
You want me to tell you the date that we met?
Oh my!
It was October 11, 2012.
October 11, 2012. And this guy just keeps giving me money and keeps hanging out with me. What's going on, right? I must be helping and solving some problem, right?
There's a lot of value that is coming out of whatever information I get from you. And there are money coming. So that's all I can say. That's all I can say.
So Francisco here, I met him at a body language class, and I was there, and I was just like, I need to learn, how does this whole body language thing go? I was, and that was before I first taught my NLP course. He's actually a student in the class, and a very good one at that. He would always walk out. It was amazing because it only took a couple months. I think it took like 3. In the first month, he walked in, and his intention was, I want to be able to communicate people. I want to be able to connect with them. I want to be able to feel like I want to build deeper relationships, right? I think about 3 months later, he's talking about all these different people he's helping and he's talking about really intricate, advanced things. And I'm just looking at this kid. I was like, dude, like
first week, first 2 weeks, I like just implementing everything that I was learning. And wow, I just couldn't stop. It was just unstoppable. Right now, like it's been a year. So you can imagine if people get results within a week of trying some of the stuff and use them on whatever they want to use them, whatever they want to accomplish in their business, their online marketing, communications, be able to connect, record. Now imagine what can you do with, after a year of knowing all that.
Mhm.
So
It's
even though
truly.
I'm not online, even though I don't like, broadcast, online, what is it that I do with what I, what I've learned, which is I use it for good, by the way. I'm able to help a lot of people. Um, but it's amazing. Like, think about it. If you can do things with this information within a week or 2 weeks or within a day, think about what can you do for a year and a half after I've learned all
Cool.
this. So
Another thing
continue, Amir. Sorry
here,
about
no, that's cool. Another thing here, I know it is 9 o'clock Eastern. I'm in 8 o'clock Central, and probably 7 or 6, wherever you are. We're gonna keep going for a few more minutes here, so you're more than welcome to hang out and stay on the line if you have to run. That would be unfortunate because we're gonna drop some golden nuggets here with Francisco. Um, but
Wait. How about this? How about this? How about this? How about we kind of like leave this? I mean, if they want to get in touch with you or me in case they need to go, all the information that you've shared with me, I've applied in many aspects of my life. And wow, it was like I've told you all the stuff that has happened in my life has turned out many degrees. I got, I have so many plans. I have so much stuff going on that,
So
I
let's
don't need
go
to work
into
right
some of
now.
those stories real quick, Francisco. So let's talk. So first of all,
You pick, you pick. There's so many. You pick.
okay. I'll pick the ones I know you don't want me to share. So, so here's the first thing. Francisco, he was around when I did my first NLP training. I recorded that training product, put it online, and that's how I made my 45K in a week. For those of you who are curious, that's what got me my launch on my platform online. I've made tens of thousands of dollars with other affiliate offers and marketing opportunities, but I never made as much money. Like, I made a lot more money selling what I do as opposed to promoting other people's stuff. And then I was just like, what am I doing? I should just sell what I'm good at. And that's why I got good at it. That's what I was passionate about. So anyway, and some of you may be in that position. Some of you are going ahead promoting other people's affiliate products and not realizing that you actually have value as a person, that you can help people, and that you can step into your power. We're going to teach you how to do that so you can build the business, the life, and everything you want in your dreams today. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next year, not when you make the money, not when you've got this, when you make enough money or you get this traffic package or this or that. We can teach you how to live the life of your dreams right now. So again, congratulations I see more people signing up. Congratulations to the people who are signing up. Again, it's hypnoticallyselling.com/monthly training. I'm seeing here that the page works. If you do have a problem with it, I do apologize. We will make sure that we'll take care of you after this webinar. So Francisco came in, right? And we had a conversation about body language, and he was thinking that the secret was body language. And I said, body language is important, but what really happens and what really creates the body language is how you feel, how you walk, how you talk, what you believe about yourself, what values, what are you seeing, what is really going on here that creates the body language, right? If you really admire somebody, you may want to lean in, pay full attention, right? So what really happens inside here is what creates the body language to begin with. So a lot of people study body language and they're actually cutting it loose. They're actually stopping right on the outside, but not going deep down inside into the roots that creates the body language to begin with. So I was explaining some of these concepts with Francisco, and I was going over some things, and immediately light bulb after light bulb after light bulb. He goes, this makes sense, great. I said, you know what, you want to come on down? I shot this video series. You guys aren't going to believe this. This is when I first started online marketing. So I shot this video series in my ex-girlfriend's living room. We moved the couch out of the way. I bought these bulbs from Home Depot for $5, put them up, got this camera that came in the mail, and I called up Francisco, and I just met him like a couple days ago. I was like, hey, yo, Francisco, I'm about to do this crazy training. Do you want to come down and check it out, right? I wasn't in my office yet. I was just like, well, I just got this camera. I wanted to do something. I wanted to be productive. I just finished watching an online marketing, a product launch, right? It was 3 videos, and I was just like, I can do something like that. So I call him up. Francisco shows up, right? And he's in the living room with us, and he sees this weird setup, and I'm like, hey, thanks for coming down. And I was like, Francisco, if I could solve any problem for you in the world, any problem, what would it be? You know what he said? He looked at me and he goes, procrastination's a big problem. I said, easy, I can fix it. So I went ahead and I developed this like 4 video series, 5 video series. I like shot it all on the spot. I planned it all out, and I was like so intricate about it. I never promoted it, but it's procrastinationhowtostopnow.com. There's no offer or anything. It was just a bunch of good training videos. But if you guys want to check it out, you can. But that was me like in 2012. That's when I met Francisco. It's 2014 now. It's crazy, right? So I went ahead, we shot these videos, we put them online, and I just started, building my business from the bottom. I built it with $5 Home Depot light bulbs. I built it in my ex-girlfriend's living room, not even in my house, right? I went ahead and I uploaded it to a website. Didn't even know how to drive traffic to it. I just said, I got to put stuff online. And I started working, and I started developing those relationships, cultivating them, and building businesses. Guys, you can do this. It's easy. So Francisco goes ahead, shows up, takes this thing, thinks it's incredible. I say, hey, I'm going to do this training in NLP. It cost about $2,000, and I said, maybe I can give you a discount here because you're one of the first students signing up. Would you like that? And he said, absolutely. Paid for it right on the spot, $1,500, wrote it on a check, handed it over to me, and I said, wow, that was easy. I just got to do more of this stuff, right? So I went ahead, he took the training. And
by the way, I don't like it that you're offering for $1.
I know it's kind of ridiculous. Congratulations again to the people who are signing up. Hypnoticallyselling.com/monthly training. I see these people signing up. Congratulations for those who just signed up right now. $1, guys. It's ridiculous. So, and Francisco shows up, and he had to drive like through traffic. He had to go park his car, pay for parking, come all the way upstairs in this building, and then sit down to learn this information. You guys get to have it at home, right? And for what, $1,499 cheaper, right? So he went ahead.
I paid thousands of dollars, guys. I paid thousands of dollars. I mean, I use it every day. I don't regret it. I made more money back,
Absolutely. He's went ahead and how much, if you were to put a number on how much you've made as a result of my training, and whenever I come out with one, he'll fly out. He's like, yep, I'm there, right? So how much have you made so far? Would you say, if you were to put numbers on this, Francisco, from a majority of things he does? Go ahead.
Oh my God. I mean, over $10,000 easily.
Easily.
On only one business. Only one business.
And that's one business, guys. And he's went ahead and he's done several things. He's actually started up businesses before. He was working his engineering job, and I thought it was amazing because he actually talked his boss. Like, you guys are gonna believe this. He used what I taught him. He used what I taught him to talk his boss into paying him and not being there, paying him to hire interns to do all the work for him. He was literally on a road trip with me for like 2 weeks. He hasn't been home, right? He's just like...
I trained them before leaving.
So he talked his boss into getting him interns, which wasn't the boss's plan. And then he also talked his boss into why it was a good idea, why he should just keep getting paid and not be at work. I mean, guys, that's incredible. I mean, like, where else can you do that? And I was just shocked. He was like, my boss is having a fit about this thing. I'll just talk him into it. And I just go, oh my God, where did you get that good, right? Congratulations for the people signing up. I'm seeing another person sign up. Another person just signed up like about 3 minutes ago. Another one about 4 or 5. Again, it's hypnoticallyselling.com/monthly training. I think everybody in the webinar signed up. So if you haven't, go ahead. It's $1. Invest in yourself, and we'll keep succeeding. So Francisco, go ahead and talk a little bit about some specific areas in your life that's changed. You recently just got laid off, right?
Yeah, but it was kind of like something that I planned to happen, but it happened before. It's a great opportunity actually that I had this happen because the company is not doing well. Mm-hmm. So now I have this opportunity to work on the stuff that I wanted to work on for so long because I like what I was doing, but let's face it, there are more things to do out there that you can actually apply yourself, build your own business, like online marketing, work on your own business, work with horses, help people out there. That it's going to actually give you more time, freedom, money, working for somebody.
Yeah, congratulations to the rest of the people who signed up. I'm seeing the notifications coming in. Congratulations, because we're about to take your life to a whole new level. I'm excited. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Francisco. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I've told you some stories, and that's only, the tip of the iceberg. I mean, where should I start? Basically, I don't come from the background of online marketing. I was doing engineering, and then I just apply everything, that I learned with your trainings to every aspect of my life. And some of the stuff, you know, in my life is just, it just went into that area of my life where, it's kind of like a side effect, which is a nice side effect, where you're able to communicate, compelling, motivational in a very persuasive way with ethics, of course. And you're able to accomplish so many things, in so many aspects of your life, whether it's relationship, whether it's business, whether it's, online marketing, whether it's, your next project, your next business, whether it's communicating with your loved ones. It's awesome when I'm able to communicate with, to a deeper level with the people that I care about, and they listen to me, and they follow me, and they admire me, and I admire, I'm able, I admire them, and I see them in a different light. They see me in a different light, which is a life, it's like, I'm able to communicate to a deeper level, and it's something that I wasn't able to do before. So.
And it's awesome because now Francisco is actually on the West Coast now, and congratulations! I just saw another person sign up. You're probably the last person on the webinar to sign up, but congratulations. Here's the thing, right? Francisco is now on the West Coast. He's traveling around. I was actually booking a series of interviews. For those of you out there who are still on the webinar, if you want an interview, I can do an interview with you. I can make you look like an expert. I can go ahead and we can put that on my blog. I can share that information, and we can actually put that out there so people can see that. And I think right now, this is a good place for us to just take a moment, right? And just look at where your life, where you want it to go, what it really looks like, what it really means to you. And Francisco did that, and he knew he was about to get fired, but when it happened, he was like, hey, freedom, now I'm ready to do things. He's actually in Cali helping his sister out. He's going to fly down to Cabo, Mexico, and with what he's learned, he's going to set up an effective sales process, a business, and a team for his sister to do a lot of real estate stuff in Cabo, Mexico. All these incredible things happen as a result of being able to communicate better, as a result of being able to sell better, as a result of being able to connect with people and help people touch into their passion, their dreams, their futures. Guys, you can do this. Another thing I'm going to end this webinar with, if you guys have any questions for Francisco, you can go ahead and ask. I'm seeing some questions here for the coaching training. When can we expect the first email? As soon as you guys sign up, I have an assistant who's actually going to take your name, your email, put you on the webinar list. You're going to get a notification about it. Give me another 24 to 48 hours. Will does a lot of good talking. I do all the tech stuff. I do the websites. I do the sales pages. I do the buying everything is like, it's a lot of work for me. I'm actually running 3 or 4 businesses right now. I'm going to do my very best to just give me a little bit of time, and I will make sure that you're all taken care of by the end of this week. Bonuses will be sent out. People will get exactly what they're looking for, okay? So, and if you're watching the replay, I'm going to say this. Go through these videos as many times as you need in order to see and learn and understand a few things that happen here about what really happens to build communities, what builds businesses, what helps people communicate better, what helps people offer, buy, and sell more. And all of these things are such essential concepts, but when you get down to the nitty-gritties, it changes your life, it changes your business, it changes the way people build relationships with you. I was on the phone with one of the registrants last night who was signing up, and she basically said, like, look, I can tell you enjoy what you do. You're passionate about it, right? See, I'm passionate about my business. I'm passionate about helping you guys succeed. So what we're also going to do is I'm going to do another bonus. I'm just like bonus happy today. I'm just really excited. I was actually dancing around the house for the last couple of days. I've been, listening to music and just like going ahead and doing hundreds of things at the same time. I'm going to offer this. For those of you who are still on this webinar, right, if you go ahead and shoot a testimonial video about these 3 webinars, about the experience you had, and you say, hey, my name is whatever, and I just attended Amir and Will's webinar series on how to hypnotically communicate, and I've learned X, Y, Z. I'm excited. If you guys have any, if you guys are in a position where you can learn from Will or Amir, go ahead and take that action. So if you go ahead and shoot that testimonial video and send that out, what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to give you a bonus 30-minute one-on-one. I'm giving my time away. Okay, I want you guys to realize that. So make sure it's a good testimonial, and it's an honest testimonial. I don't want you to make anything up. I want you to make a testimonial based off what you really enjoyed off these webinar series. We're trying to really understand what you guys are wanting to learn. We don't want to just talk for hours. We want to talk because it actually makes a difference in your life. Go ahead and post a video and put it inside the Facebook group. And if you put a video inside the Facebook group, put also my link to my blog, amirmahmood.com, inside the comment section on your YouTube video. Post that in the group. I will give you a 30-minute one-on-one coaching session on any problem, any question, anything you need. I'm going to give my time to you to help you out, okay? There's about 30-something people here on this webinar, so that's a lot of hours. That's about 15, 16 hours. That's a whole part-time job for me. So if you're on this webinar right now, I'm going to give you that unique opportunity. If you're watching the replay, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do that because there's hundreds of people on this list, and I don't have that much time to give out. So I already don't have time to give out, but I want to give you something meaningful. I want you to give you my time. I want you to know we're here to support you. I want you to know that you can and will succeed. Okay, we're 15 minutes overdue here. Real quick, values. Francisco, when I went ahead and I offered, this NLP training, what was really important to you at that time to go ahead and make that buying decision? What really got you to go, I'm going to do this?
Oh, well, at that time, you have already given so much value that this was a no-brainer. The decision was made before the offer, meaning that I could see the value. You were able to communicate in a very compelling way, beyond the shadow of doubt that you were able to help me, that, my wants and needs were going to be fulfilled because you had a solution and you communicated that very well. So, there was no question as to whether I was going to decide to, join the training or not. It was just, I just needed to know where and when, and I was going to be there.
So it wasn't even a question of, will I get this result? See, guys, do you hear that? That's important because what that means is when I communicated with Francisco, I communicated about how he's going to achieve a specific result. I was very clear about that. So the question was not, can I help them produce that result? Does that make sense? My marketplace believes I can produce that result. You believe I can help you. That's why you sign up. That's why you buy. That's why you take those actions, right? And congratulations to even more people who are signing up. Again, hypnoticallyselling.com, monthly training. Congratulations for investing $1 into yourself and growing as a person. So here's the thing, right? So Francisco's here, and I want you guys to get this. It wasn't a question of, does Amir help people get those results? It's when and where, right? And the when and where right now is, and I know Francisco's about to say something, the when and where right now for you guys is to invest that dollar because we're going to end this webinar. I love how they both smile even though they know that I just called them out on that again. That's okay. You can keep smiling, and that's okay, right? So it's essential here to go ahead, invest that dollar. At the very least, we want you to walk away with our mentorship. Congratulations again to another person who just signed up, hypnoticallyselling.com/monthly training. So that way we can just wrap up this call. And Francisco, it's important to him that he was going to get the result he was looking for. He knew he was going to achieve success. The question is when and where, and the when and where for you is right now. Francisco, any closing thoughts, any other ideas that the audience should know about learning this information, about yourself, your story, anything at all?
Yeah, and boy, was I right. And boy, this went beyond the expectations. It was definitely something that, I felt like it just keeps on giving. Like, it was a over deliver all the time, to a point where, like, I already started a few other projects and I'm unstoppable. I know I can do anything I want. In fact, I'm thinking about moving to Cabo, spending a couple of months. I'm thinking about moving to Florida, spending a couple of months there, just travel and work on my businesses and my investments, which is something that I'm passionate about. Now I have drive. I know what to do. And a few people here in the panel were saying about clarity and focus. Once you get clear on what is it that you want, focus is the next thing. And once you're focused, you develop that passion, you develop that drive, you develop that motivation to have everybody around you, not only you, but everybody around you to help you go up where you want to go. So it's unstoppable. You can't help it, but just to have success. That's all.
Awesome, Francisco. You are the man. I love this guy. He's been around for years. He buys all my trainings. He shows up. He learns. He grows. He keeps getting better. He's innovating. He's transforming
And I made
lives.
money out of that.
I know he makes thousands of dollars more, and now he can travel the world, do what he wants. Even though he got laid off at his job, he's got a skill set that's going to make him money anywhere, in any niche, in any industry. That's what we want for you, to have that power to be able to walk into any industry, be able to speak, inspire people to change their lives, and take over. Again, quick on the testimonial contest. You have to do it by tonight at midnight. You have to shoot it tonight. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to spend all this time with everybody. You'll get a 30-minute bonus coaching session with me, right? I'm going to write it down. Bonus coaching session. As soon as you post it inside the Facebook group, I'll go ahead and I'll take a look at it, and then based off that, I'll go ahead and send you a private message to book a direct appointment with me, and boom, we'll get on the phone, solve any problem for 30 minutes. You got free time with me. Again, shoot a 1 to 2 minute video how you were on Amir Mahmoud's and William Wood's webinar, what you've learned and how you recommend people should get involved with Amir and Will, both of us, right? And also post a link back to my blog at www.amirmahmood.com, so that way people can find out more about what I'm doing. I have a wealth of information there for those of you who aren't on my blog. I'm putting a 90-day challenge to $250,000. I'm putting up mind hacking tips for entrepreneurs. I'm putting up interviews and recorded phone calls on how to do coaching sessions and sales calls. Everything's on my webinar. On my blog. I want you guys to succeed. And if there's nothing else you walk out with this $1 trial, hypnoticallyselling.com/monthly training, and we'll help you get to the next level. My name is Amir Mahmoud, the turnaround coach for entrepreneurs. We've got Summer Bragg here, Francisco Barriquez. Give them a round of applause. Thanks for all the other people. Trevor, we've got, who else is, I make it sound exciting, right? I make you sound like rock stars, because you are, right? We had Trevor here on the line. We also had Sumit Harish. We also had William Wood. We thank you all for staying with us 20 minutes past, and that just shows me that you guys want success in your life. Congratulations and welcome, and take care, everybody. Have a good night. Again, hypnoticallyselling.com/monthly training, and we'll be sending you an email in the next 24 to 48 hours. Take care, everyone. Peace.
The organizer has ended the session.